Hey there. My name is Vincent, and this is a reading for Cancer that I'm doing under the cover of night. As you can see, it's pretty dark. Feels a little bit more intimate, like I'm almost I feel a little bashful, a little shy. Just a preemptive apology. There are some people out in the courtyard near my apartment that are having a grand old time out there. You can probably hear them laughing, but I'm going to take it as a good sign for your reading today. And I've actually already had a card demand to be seen as I'm shuffling the deck. We have the Two of Hearts. Ooh, that glare is not good. But you can see, I hope. Now, I think it's just interesting that this card is coming out as I'm having this feeling of being a little shy and bashful recording a reading for you. I don't know if that's maybe an experience that you're having in being approached by someone. I feel like there's a sort of proposition happening, or not even a proposition. There's almost like a dance happening between you and another person. It's almost like you're watching one another. Neither of you has necessarily made a move to engage and to open up a dialogue. But there's an awareness that both of you share that you're watching one another, if that makes sense. Like, you know that they know that you know that they know, you know? I don't know, it just feels very... it's almost like trying to press magnets together without fully bringing them together, because there's something about this dance, this exchange that's happening without words, without physically or even intellectually touching. Like, maybe you guys haven't even spoken yet. I'm going to pull some more cards to get a little bit more clarity, but this is just the sense that I'm kind of getting right now. There's definitely an attraction of some kind, and it doesn't have to be romantic. Like, it could just be that you have a feeling about this person being some important figure in some events that have yet to play out. I do like the little flower pot between them. If you can see that. It's very cute. And I think it's an important detail, because it's like neither of you is walking away from whatever this is, but you're also not fully engaging with it. But something about the attention that both of you are giving the exchange is keeping it alive and is actually fortifying it. I feel it. I'm watching like a braid. Somebody's braiding something, and that's kind of what this exchange feels like. It's like a slow braid without talking. It's so strange. Like, do you even know each other's names? Are you even real? Okay. Five of Flints. This is interesting. I don't know if this is like it's just very much, obviously, opening up with the Two of Hearts. My bias is tending towards like some kind of romantic exchange or exploration. And so this is very kind of clearly coming out as like a third-party situation. Not in the sense that... I don't feel like there's a competition, but it's like this person is very proud, very haughty, very sure of themselves, and feels assured of their victory, but there's just something about it that is disingenuine, like it's not real. And the sense that I'm getting is that these two figures in the back are actually the two of you. And then there's this person who feels like they have the upper hand somehow. They've come out on top in this situation, and I don't feel like it's real. It's not true. Chikawalistli is the strength card. And yeah, what I'm hearing is like, that's not real strength. Like, whatever this person, they're putting on airs. Like, and I don't always get this sense when I look at this card, but it's very clowny to me. Like a lot of makeup, maybe not necessarily literally, but it's just they're putting a mask on, they're putting a face on, like they're proud and they're smiling and they're obviously doing well. I don't know if this is like an ex of yours or an ex of theirs. Kind of placing their own prejudice and judgment upon whatever dynamic is unfolding between the two of you. The other interpretation that I'm getting with this card is that it could be an aspect of yourself feeling like you know where this dynamic is going to go before you've even kind of dipped your toe into the water. And maybe that's part of the problem with you guys not having like any solid exchange yet. It's almost like you feel like you already know where this is going to go, and you're basing that on the past. And while there is value and merit to doing that, of course, being cautious and everything, I feel like it's not the right approach here. You know, because Flint's cut, Flint's divide, Flint's bloodlet. But there's something about this need for merging, this need for overcoming differences, overcoming separation in some way. I feel like there's a figure, or again, an aspect of your consciousness that's kind of coming into your awareness, but for whatever reason, I'm getting the sense it's playing out kind of like somebody else is physically coming into your life or is coming towards you and saying, maybe pointing out that, hey, girl, this ain't the right approach. You need to go out there, you need to dive in, because avoidance, rejection, indecision, and not engaging with something, not taking advantage of an opportunity is not a strength in this particular instance. You're being challenged to rise to the occasion, to make the first move, to initiate the contact. So Cihuatl Macasqui is the High Priestess. And before I drew the card, I was thinking to myself, like, obviously, I hope that you have a grasp of the situation that you're in and know whether or not it's appropriate to reach out or to make contact or to make the first move to initiate this dynamic, this relationship, an exploration of what this relationship could be. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This can be totally professional. But there's just... you need to overcome your innate biases against this situation or this person in order to access what it has, what value it has for you. Because I feel like intuitively you know that there's something here, that there is maybe a power to the merging of both of your creative minds. And I'm trying to say that instead of, you know, merging in a romantic relationship sense, because it doesn't have to be that basic. Not that romance is basic, but I also see this as a sort of attitude of, I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to approach this. You will approach me. And maybe that's kind of the problem, or is creating a little bit of distance, because I feel this, she's intimidating, okay? And you can be profoundly attracted to somebody, but if they give off a certain impression of being intimidating or uninterested, RBF, that's a thing. It's a lot harder to overcome, the insecurities that are already there when you're approaching somebody, a new person or a new relationship, a new partnership in some kind, a new friendship even. Like it's scary to, you could be rejected or judged harshly, or but it's like, don't give credence to these fears, is what I'm hearing. And check your face. I feel like the challenge with this card is that we can tend to believe our feelings and impressions are the truth when it's actually a veil that we're putting over our own eyes, an attempt to understand a situation by placing our own bias over it. And so you can be dead wrong about whatever you're intuiting about this person. Like, I'm thinking of Radiohead lyrics, just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there, or doesn't mean it's real. And I'm not saying that you can't trust yourself, but I feel like you haven't stripped the layers of bias away from your perception of what the situation is, and I feel like that's necessary in order for you to realize that this drive and this passion and this attraction and this it's almost like a voice calling you to do this thing, and I know you hear it. It's just a matter of silencing everything else. Drop that attitude. And if there's somebody else in the situation that has this attitude, they have no power over you. They have no power over the situation. It's an act. Hollow words. Don't take them so seriously, because I feel like in the end, the two of you are going to walk away from this situation together. Like, I'm getting the sense of them kind of walking off, like looking real sad and just kind of going boo-hoo, but like looking back and being like, look at this idiot. We're here together and they're back there all by themselves. Where? I'm gonna pull another card. Y'all. This is the Lovers. I have nothing else to say. There's so many things that I can add on, but really what it's kind of coming down to is like, do you feel that magnet? Do you feel that pull? Do you feel that there's something that's calling your attention and focus here? Stop trying to look away from it. Stop trying to distract yourself. Stop trying to say, I'm above this. This isn't real. this isn't going to go anywhere, or this is superficial, or, whatever the case may be, I feel like you might be reading into that wrong. And the situation has been kind of ordained. You're being guided into merging, a merger of some kind. And there's so much creative potential just waiting for the two of you to access together. The ideas that you will conjure from one another and bring into reality is just, it's beyond anything that you can even comprehend at this point. And it's going to be so delicious. It's going to be so easy. And there might be things that you have to overcome, but you're going to overcome them together, is kind of what I'm seeing. This is something that has endurance, something with lasting power. It's not something that's just going to fizzle away or disappear. And I think you know that. Whatever this is, your inner guidance is there. And I feel like you hear it and you're aware of it, and maybe you're kind of coming here to just have the confirmation that you already have. I know how it is. It's okay. Okay. Is this the card? I want to pull another one. I just feel so uncertain. I'm like, is it this card? Or is it a different card? Why would this card be on the table if it weren't this card? We're just going to do it. Interesting. Another card of conflict. The Five of Wands. Which kind of, it's a different elemental expression of this card, essentially. Five, to me, always communicates a sort of situation where your active involvement is required in order to overcome it or to move beyond it. These are like acute situations that compel you to make decisions, compel you to do something. It's like, it's not something that you can just sit around and hope and expect that is just going to work out if you hands off. That works sometimes. But I feel like your active involvement and participation is being called forward for a reason. This is not something that you should coast through, no autopilot. I also see this card. Yeah, it kind of looks like they're fighting. But to me, it also communicates a sense of practicing. Like, maybe this is a group of people that have a performance to put on, dancers. And they're learning the choreography together. They're going through the choreography and working out their particular roles and how they fit together within the rhythm of the dance that they're performing or will be performing, because I feel like it's not quite at the point where we're going on the stage, so to speak. This is very much the rehearsal. And I don't know if it's the dress rehearsal. It's the penultimate. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the full moon back there. As I'm recording this, it's the 4th lunar day, so there is obviously the upcoming full moon. Maybe that's relevant to whatever particular time period that you're watching this reading in. But I think what it's also communicating is that this is a situation in development, in the early stages of development, but the 5th lunar day is tomorrow. The 5th day, the day that compels action, Use your hands, your 5 fingers, going out into the world, making decisions, being an active participant in your life, doing the damn thing, approaching the damn person, starting the conversation. Because although you might feel like you know where it's going to go, I don't think you do. Hush that voice. Be open to the possibility that this could be something surprising and unexpected. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. I do want to pull one more card for balance. I guess you're coming out, okay. The 4 of Hearts. This is the last decan of your sign, or this card is associated with the last decan of your sign. And I feel like this is a very easy headspace for you to slip into. This again is sort of the result that we don't want, or that I don't think you want. I don't think anybody wants to be in a situation where they're being presented with opportunities and not taking advantage of them, or feeling like they're not good enough. Whether it's you that's not good enough or the opportunities aren't good enough. It could be a matter of perception. Again, judging a situation before you've even had the chance to let it breathe and to see what it could offer you potentially. Also, nopales. I don't know why that was a detail that felt relevant, but the nopales, just something about that, just like eating, having sustenance, having nourishment, finding things that you actually enjoy, maybe exploring those things or rediscovering those things. That could be something that's relevant to this union. That's obviously the crown of the reading here. Rediscovering what brings you joy, rediscovering the pleasures that you might have been denying yourself, or learning to see color again. Maybe everything's felt very monochrome and lackluster and uninteresting and lonely, and like you don't feel understood, you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel held and supported. But there's an opportunity for community to be the end result here. For the creation of a family unit, and figuratively and or literally, but a creation of a safe space between 2 individuals within which you're free to express who you are, what your vision is, and work together to create something with that. Tangibly, create a new reality for yourselves with each other, and having fun with it, not feeling so closed off and sheltered and unwilling to participate and uninterested. Get rid of this attitude. It's not serving you. It's holding you back. It's hindering your ability to actively engage with your life. And it's gonna leave you sitting in your house by yourself, not doing anything, and wishing that your life was different. Nobody wants to be in that situation. I don't know why this is like a weird detail that's coming through, but I'm getting this image of somebody going on a boat, like a sailing boat or a yacht of some kind. I can't really differentiate in my mind what it is, but I don't think it matters. It's this idea that, oh, I've never been on a boat, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna have a effing amazing time on this boat, and it's going to broaden my perspective. It's going to enrich my experience with something completely different from anything that I've done before. And I'm going to trust that the wind or the currents are going to guide us. Like, as soon as I said guide me, I felt like a very strong like correction, like, no, us. Like, there is no me, there is an us. And we're going to go here together. But I think with that being said, like the current, like riding the current, trusting the current and everything, I'm also getting this emphasis on, again, this actively participating, you know, shifting your sails around, shifting your rudder around, to make sure that you're adapting to where the current is taking you, but also making decisions about where you want to go, irrespective of where the current might be taking you. You know, deciding to go one destination, maybe using the current to help you get further along, but then, you know, turning as needed to get out of it and go towards where it is that you're actually trying to go. I hope that makes sense. This is kind of silly, but like, eat bread, get all fat and sassy. Like, that's the remedy for this. Enjoyment, appreciation, openness, engagement. Engagement. Whoa. But engaging with your life and being open to surprises. Trusting that you don't always know how a situation is going to play out before you've chosen to explore it. The light's green, go. Love you guys. Be good.